Hey guys, so it's a beautiful Sunday morning, Brooklyn, New York, and I want to talk to you guys about tefillah, praying. So growing up, and for most of my life, I was taught that you go to the synagogue, and that's where you pray, that's where you connect with God, so on and so forth. However, but I've realized that we can connect with God in different ways. We're able to connect with God while we are walking to the supermarket, while we are working, while we're at the gym, while we're running, while we're communicating with friends or our spouse. There's so much room to bring God into your life, and it might sound like prayer has to be, a time that's set aside, but really prayer is when you're in need. So in the same way that you can be in need of money when you go to the ATM, when you're in need of proper advice or guidance, why would you wait until you're in the synagogue? So I have a friend of mine in the synagogue that I pray at who is 22 years old and he can't walk. He had cancer in the spine and he's been having one operation after another. One night we sat and we talked and we discussed about faith. I was so curious the type of faith it takes to live this challenging life that he has to live. He's an exuberant person. He's got a great voice. Got so much going for him, but he's stunted now by this challenge and getting through this challenge. So we started talking, and I started talking to him about speaking to God outside of shul, outside of the synagogue, and he had never heard of such a concept. Now, I learned this concept from the secular world. I watched, there's a guy on YouTube, you can look at him, his name is Inky Johnson, and he was a football player that was 8 games away from making it to the NFL, and he got hurt and he turned into a preacher with a lot of strong faith. Now, I understand that we're not supposed to be looking at Goyim and learning from them, but it happens to be that at that time where I learned a lot from there, I wasn't getting it from elsewhere. I looked in a lot of places and I wasn't able to, but in this case, seeing this man who I can feel went through worse than I did, he still hung in there and he still had the faith to make it to wherever he is today, inspired me a lot. In any case, with the guy from my synagogue, he couldn't fathom doing something that I had learned from a goy. And, he basically, his time to connect with Hashem was when he was in the shul. And I think that most people are that way. So a month later, he came over to me, asked me about it, and then another month later, he also did. But essentially, I think that jump, that vulnerability that we show towards God when we truly put him in charge of everything, that's something that's a lot. And these are the type of things that I enjoy touching on. I am a person with a high emotional IQ. I care deeply about other people. And I do want to leave this world a better place than I found it. In any case, this is Coney Island, people. Hope you enjoyed what I had to say today. And see you next time.